What is up, guys? I'm Kyle Milan, and today is Halloween. So we're doing a Halloween edition of our Ask Kyle show.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind it smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always been real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive.
The first question, how do I overcome my fears in selling?
First, I would say, did you pick the right field, right? So if you've been a salesperson, you're like, I know I want to sell, but I'm just initially scared of it. I would say you have to go into it knowing that most people are going to tell you no. No matter how good you are, just the facts are the facts. Like, you can't sell the unsellable. Most people that you talk to initially are going to say, no, I'm not interested. A small percentage when you initially talk to them are going to say, yes, I'm interested. The only way to overcome it is to get repetition, right? It's like anything in life that you're afraid of doing. Once you start doing it on a daily basis, you remove the fear from it. And then you're just like, I know that this is going to happen. I'm not scared of it anymore. Or even anxiety. I'm anxious to make cold calls. I'm anxious to go to this trade show. Once you've done enough times, it's like putting on clothes every day. It's no big deal, right? And so I would say repetition, practicing, and just doing it. Don't overthink things. And when it comes to sales, people typically try and overthink everything too much. Like, is my script good enough? How do I sound on the phone? Just practice it. Just write it out. Just know what you're going to say. Be certain, have confidence in what you're doing, and that will emit from you, and that will be conveyed to the person that you're talking to. If you do have passion about what it is that you're doing, you're confident that you're providing them with a solution, then that will be shown. And then fear goes out the window once you've done it a certain amount of times. But I would say that most people, nervousness, like, that's fine to be nervous or scared when you're in a new sales role or a new environment. Like, you've been doing sales, but maybe right now you're like in a new environment, in a new industry, going after a new target demographic, a new list of people to call to. Obviously, anxiety, fear can come in, nervousness, but just once you start rolling with it, it should go out the window.
I want to take on a career in technical sales, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
How do I know if I'll be a good fit?
You'll know if you're going to be a fit in technical sales is if you have a passion for things that are technical, whether it's mechanical, industrial, software, whatever it is. If you find that interesting, then I think that you could be a fit. If you want to be in sales, if you're outgoing, if you're okay with hustling, if you want to see the flip side of it, the financial benefit of closing deals, earning commission, changing essentially your entire lifestyle, then I feel like that would be a fit. Most people aren't like, I know for a fact 100% this is exactly what I want to do. I know I'm going to crush it. Most people don't think that off, like, right out of the gate. Most people still do have fear and things like that. So I would say start with, like, if there's something you're passionate about, an industry, a field, a function, a vertical in industrial or tech, that you're like, I love this. I love robotics. I love software. And you have passion for it. I love gaming or whatever it is. You have a passion for it. Then it's a lot easier to sell based on passion than it is just based on somebody's pushing you to sell something for them and you look at it as a job. Really look at it as from a career standpoint, like, this is a career I want to be focused in. This is a career I want to put everything into. That should take it from there. So I would say start with that. You got to sell based on passion. If you're not passionate about it, if you don't believe in any product or service that you're selling, people will be able to feel that and see that, and your performance is going to be hindered.
What are some things that haunt you that you wish you knew when you first started in this industry?
I don't feel like I really have anything that haunts me. What I wish is that back when I started, the opportunities of connecting with people as easy as we can these days were there. Like, people getting into sales right now have it so easy because everything can be done from, like, your remote location, right? Especially these days with video meetings and the industrial sector really absorbing that after COVID. But it's just easy these days. Like, you can make phone calls, you can have video calls, you can do everything remote. Like, back in the early 2000s and prior to that, you had to go to events to see people. You could, like, emails was like, prior to 2000 was like non-existent, right? Back in the late 90s, you had like one email for this, or one computer for the sales team, one email address. And so it was a lot more difficult. So I wish that I had it as easy, but then also I don't because I didn't have it as easy because we had to do a lot of things face to face and cold visits and going to trade shows to see people and traveling a ton. It really put in a different kind of work ethic than it is for these younger people jumping into it, to where it's just, you can just smile and dial all day long because it's easy and you can close things over the phone. But 15, 20 years ago, it was not done like that. Everything was done face to face. So everything just took a little bit longer. You couldn't be everywhere all at the same time. But these days with technology, like with social, with videos, with YouTube, with everything, you can go after omnipresence a lot easier, which is being everywhere all at the same time. You can try and achieve that a lot easier than you could 20 years ago because there wasn't all of these resources and tools. But I feel like it built a different generation of work ethic and a different generation of people that fully take advantage of the abilities these days with technology to be able to like hyper increase the speed of everything that you're doing so you can do it at scale a lot easier, a lot faster, to where you've already got the work ethic built in from early 2000s, late 90s, and you can just dive in. But those people that aren't converting over, that are still like, no, you need to do it this way, and no, social doesn't work, and you can't sell on LinkedIn. Those people that are stuck in that mindset, like the veterans we'll call it, stuck in the traditional way of doing it, they're not going to be able to perform in 2022 and beyond like people that are adapting every year as things change. But I look at everything that I've done over the last 22 years that I've been in industrial as a learning experience and opportunity. Take full advantage of the moment as you can with the tools that you're given, knowing that in a month or 2 months or a year, it could completely change. Now we're doing lives. We weren't doing these a year ago. This is providing some value to the audience. This is providing opportunities for students of TSU, for things from a revenue standpoint, for MFG Tribe. And so we just adjust and change based on whatever the market is giving us as tools. And that's really how you have to be. Guys, as always, if we're not connected on LinkedIn and you're watching this on LinkedIn, as long as you're not going to sell me some shit I don't need, then send me a connection request and I would love to connect with you. I have over 18,000 followers on LinkedIn. Majority of them, probably 80%, 85% are in industrial. And that's really the market that we're serving. So those are the people that I like to connect with, as long as you're not going to sell me something I don't need. If you're not already subscribed to YouTube, go over to the YouTube channel, search my name, subscribe to it, and turn on notifications. All of our content gets pushed over to YouTube. It all stays there. And that way you get notified every time we go live, every time Laura uploads a new video, you guys will get notified. All right, we're good to go. So there's a couple things I got to get done with the rest of my day. Hopefully you guys have a safe and fun Halloween. If you got kids, fully engulf in that kid experience with your kids and take them out and celebrate in whatever way you guys do. Stay tuned for Wednesday's show topic to be posted tomorrow, and make sure you go over there and click that you're going to attend that one. So without further ado, we will see you on Wednesday's show. Go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and we will see you on the next one.